warm welcome. Your Friday viewing pleasure is about to be taken to new heights now that we are back on your screens again. It's that time again where my name is Rafil Wemwilwa, will take you on a journey into the mesmerizing world of showbiz. We have starlets from all of South Africa and the rest of the world serving the very best in entertainment right here on Trendz. And of course, if it's trending, it's bound to be on our lineup. So let's kick things off, as always, with news that's made headlines locally and internationally over the past week.
Disney World gave The Jungle Book the star treatment earlier this week, shutting down Hollywood Boulevard and turning the film's red carpet premiere into an on-location set straight out of the wild. The Jungle Book is based on Rudyard Kipling's timeless stories and inspired by Disney's 1967 classic animated film, The Jungle Book. The film has generated positive reviews, and it took its production team close to 4 years to work on the production. It features special effects with a blend between what is real and what is created. Lupita Nyong'o was one of the guests at the premiere, and she believes a new chapter has been added to the iconic story. The Jungle Book also stars the voice of Scarlett Johansson and Christopher Walken. The film opens in theaters next week, Friday. Former One Direction member Zayn has debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 chart with his first solo album titled Mind of Mine. The album sold an equivalent of 157,000 copies and makes Zayn the only male UK solo artist to debut at #1 with their first album, according to Billboard. The first album is led by its first single, Pillow Talk, which debuted at the top of the Billboard 100 chart in February. Landing at #2 is K. Michelle, whose album More Issues Than Vogue sold 59,000 units, and Rihanna came in at #3 with Auntie. The weekly Billboard 200 album chart compiles its list using physical and digital sales figures from albums, songs, and online streams. 23-year-old Nomuzi Mabena has left Cash Time Productions to establish her brand. Nomuzi said in a statement that she is leaving Cash Time because she needed to take control of her career, and said she was very grateful for every opportunity Cash Time offered her. Mabena will be on an entertainment show as a presenter. Emmy, the Oscar-winning documentary, is among the documentaries that will be featured at this year's European Film Festival. The documentary tells the life and times of the late American singer Amy Winehouse. About 11 feature films, including Emmy, will be debuted in Cinema Nouveau theaters in Johannesburg, Cape Town, Pretoria, and Durban. The film is directed by Asif Kapadia and won the 2016 Academy Award and won the BAFTA Award for the Best Documentary Feature. The film will also be featured at this year's Durban Film Festival.
And so the 6th annual South African Savannah Comics Choice Awards are back with a bang to make South Africa laugh. I'm now about to be joined by Rob van Vuuren, who is a comedian, TV actor and director, and also this year a director at the awards. He'll be talking to us about the awards, which are set to kick off with an announcement on the 6th of July of the nominees, and the big do will be September 3rd. Welcome to Trendz, Rob. How are you?
I'm great, Rafil. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure having you here, Rob. We haven't seen you in a while. We haven't, and now you are, of course, at the awards and whatnot, but you've just told me you moved to Cape Town. You have no love for Joburg anymore. Why, Rob? How do you deprive us of your creative genius like this?
That is not true. I have so much love for Joburg. So much love for Joburg.
Yeah.
But my show, Life, my new stand-up comedy show, is happening at the Baxter Theatre in Cape Town throughout May.
Okay.
So if you want to see me live,
Yeah.
you've got to come from Joburg to Cape Town.
Okay.
You can book on CompuTicket. It's easy.
Okay, that's fine. That's doable. Now, Rob, let's talk about the Comics Choice Awards. It's the 6th year happening. They've been great. I mean, they're celebrating something that, a genre that has boomed literally in the last 6-7 years or so. And you being one of the pioneers in South Africa, I mean, I remember the days when I used to watch you on Kone and Twaki, and you guys were absolute mayhem and madness, but it was brilliant. So what does it mean, to actors and comedians such as yourself to have such an awards a ceremony for all of you to celebrate the hard work that you do?
The Savannah Comics Choice Awards is a huge thing for our industry. Like you say, comedy has just boomed over the last couple of years in this country, and I mean, you just have to take a look around to see. You throw a rock and you're going to hit a stand-up comic somewhere along the way. But it's really just going from strength to strength, and to have this awards ceremony is just kind of an indication of where our industry is at. It's also unique in the sense that the comics are invested in it. They're the ones that are voting for the act. So if you are lucky enough to win one of these awards, it's really an indication from your peers, from people in the industry around you who are seeing you and are giving you the recognition that you deserve. So it's a really unique awards ceremony. The support that we've got from Savannah and our other sponsors has been incredible to give us the space to be able to do a show on this scale. And for me to be a part of it, not only as an award winner back in 2011 as at the inaugural Comics Choice Awards, but now to be the director.
Yeah.
It's a huge honor. I'm super excited. I can't wait for that big night on the 3rd of September. The show is going to be off the hook.
Yeah.
It's going to be mad, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
I can imagine. The theatre is going to be absolute chaos. Now, tell us about the first Laughter Bank. That's a new thing, right? That's been launched this year.
How cool is this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've launched a laughter bank. It's the first of its kind in the world, and it's really, really simple. I'm in fact going to take us through it. You and me, Rafil, we're going to do it now on this show.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
So all you need to do is you take your phone, right?
Yeah.
You take your phone like this.
Yeah.
You put your video on.
Right.
And then you just record yourself laughing. Now, my thing is not going to be able to see you, okay? But it's going to see me. But I want to hear you laughing with me in my ear. Can we do that? I'm going to record this. So you take this and you just go.
Wow.
Wait, it's facing the wrong way. It's facing you right now.
Okay.
I got to turn it around.
Yeah. Rob, I'm not a comedian. Stop it now.
Come
gosh.
On. You don't have to be a comedian to laugh.
Okay.
Laugh with me. Come on, Rafil. Come on.
Rob. Stop it now. Okay. Thank you for that tutorial.
See, now what I'll do
it, but yes.
All I do now is I load that onto Facebook.
Yes.
You go to the Comics Choice, Savannah Comics Choice Awards on Facebook. You load your laugh into the laughter bank, and then it's there for posterity. And anyone can come and watch your laugh. And then that's how we spread happiness here.
Okay.
Because we need a lot of happiness.
Yep.
It's a knock-on effect.
You
see someone else laughing,
easy.
you laugh, joy spreads.
Yeah, but
beautiful.
Rob, don't do it to me again. I mean, I'm used to second takes and third takes. You know what I mean? So, thank you so very much,
For
Rob.
laughing, it should never be like that.
We unfortunately have run out of time. Everything is on Facebook.
Don't leave me.
Facebook,
Please don't go.
Twitter, all the information about
Facebook,
the Comics Choice.
Twitter.
Yes.
Savannah Comics Choice Awards. Check it out. It's all over the place. It's going to be huge.
Fantastic.
But don't go.
Fantastic.
Don't
See
leave
you on
me.
September 3rd.
Bye,
Rob.
I love you.
Bye.
Don't leave me. Please stay with me. Stay with me forever.
Wow. All right. Right now, I'm joined by Musart. We have Musart in studio, and they are about to perform for us, coming off the Cape Town International Jazz Festival just last week.
Come on now. Na 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 na. Do you remember the time? Listening to Jackson 5 like we were members. I'm fronting like I'm Brenda, fussing that I am these slaves tonight. Sitting in my best friend's ride, cruising on the passenger side, waiting for my favorite jam. This is how we used to get down in the motherland. Hey, when the beat comes tumbling, you know that feeling when you wanna touch the ground. Hey. This is how we used to get down in the motherland. When the beat comes tumbling, you know that feeling when you wanna touch the ground. This is how we used to get down. Na 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 na. Hey. Na 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 na. Hey. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey. Get down. Na 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 na. Na na na. earth, wind, and fire. Now you can't deny the feeling you get when a classic just hits you through your speakers. This is how we used to get down in the motherland. When the beat comes tumbling, you know that feeling when you wanna touch the ground. This is how we used to get down in the motherland. When the beat comes tumbling, you know that feeling when you wanna touch the ground. This is how we used to get down. Na 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 na. Get down. Na 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 na. Here we go. Bula sekele, make you move and break your leg. Bula robariteka, elena kutsa, radibusa utra. Bula sekele, make you move and break your leg. Bula robariteka, elena kutsa, radibusa utra. One more time. Hey! This is how we used to get down in the motherland. Just when the beat comes tumbling, you know that feeling when you wanna touch the ground. This is how we used to get down in the motherland.
What kind of solutions are those, Silo? Let's be specific.
Our racism is a unique blend of racism because there's racism without racists.
And the mistake we made was to believe that simply because we had a constitution that said that everybody was equal, that everybody really was equal.
Can a party outwardly ban certain media houses, specifically during election manifestos?
I think the professor enjoys that neutral position of not having to be conflicted by ethical questions, of having to change the world. That is the position he gets paid to do there in the university.
Most of us understand that to be a threat of violence against journalists.
No, I mean, it was in a context. Well, I'm trying to explain. Their time in South Africa is over. They must pack their bags and go wherever they came from.
Watch Media Monitor with me, Alicia Jali, Sundays at 9 a.m. only on the SABC News Channel.
Welcome back. And now we're about to talk about the 12th Naledi Awards that are about to take place in just a couple of weeks. I'm with Executive Director Dawn Lindberg, who in her own right is a theatre legend who has done so much for theatre in South Africa. Welcome to Trendz, Dawn.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure having you here. And I mean, 12 years later, you know, the Naledi Awards, and by the way, there's only two that celebrate theatre excellence in South Africa. It's the Naledi Awards as well as the Fleur du Cap. So tell us about the awards and what is it that people are in for at this year's event?
Well, we are the biggest because we are national,
right.
Because the best of the best come up from Cape Town and from Durban. But we do acknowledge the Fleur du Caps because they've been going for many, many years.
Yes.
And they really have done brilliant work in overseeing theatre in Cape Town.
Yeah.
But we look at theatre all over South Africa, the very, very best of the best. We hold up a mirror to excellence because we have world-class theatre in South Africa.
We do.
And a lot of our actors go overseas and we're internationally recognised. So the embassies and their legal representatives and their agents contact us for an endorsement. So it really is a very prestigious, and we're very proud of where we've come.
Sure.
But what's important for your listeners is and your viewers is that it's in its 12th year. It's at the Lyric Theatre in Gold Reef City, and it's on Tuesday, the 19th of April.
Right.
And it is open to the public. The booking is at CompuTicket. But we have the most amazing lineup of celebrities and nominees and stars of the stage and screen.
As always. Can you let us know who will be getting the Lifetime Achievement Award, or is that a surprise?
We are giving 2 this year. I don't mind sharing it with you. One is posthumous. It's going to Tully Peterson, who said we're not celebrating, but we're commemorating the 10th year of his murder in Cape Town by his wife, and his youngest daughter is coming up from Cape Town with David Kramer, because Tully Peterson and David were wonderful partners. So we're giving that award posthumously to Tully Peterson.
Right.
It was a great personal
Who
friend.
did so much, musically and on stage, and great man.
And then also to Alvon Collison, who's been on our stages. He was his first star in Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat, and he's sung in every single corner of this country, and he's sung for Madiba and for Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu, and he's been in the industry for nearly as long as me and Des.
Yes. I was actually just coming to that to say you are a tag team. I mean, your other half. I mean, Dawn and Des Lindbergh. It's a name that is everybody in theatre knows who you are because, of course, of your passion for theatre. And I mean, the theatre industry and being on stage and just Africans telling their stories. It's been, the case since time immemorial. So what you're doing is absolutely great.
Well, we are thrilled that the Minister of Arts and Culture did appoint us living legends.
Fantastic.
Together with other wonderful luminaries.
Yes.
We all have to be very old, but I say you can't be a living legend yet, but one day.
Yes.
And together with our great friend who's on the board of the Naledies, Welcome Msomi.
Right.
And so we're very proud of that, and we're hoping that the Minister will attend. But for the first time this year, we've got the full Johannesburg Youth Orchestra on stage for the whole show. Everything will be live.
Okay.
It's a 50-piece orchestra, development orchestra, for aged between 15 and 25, but really brilliant musicians.
Oh my goodness.
So that's going to be a big treat.
It sounds like it will be an amazing event. The date is Tuesday, the 19th of
April at the Lyric Theatre.
And details for tickets, and it's CompuTicket?
CompuTicket, yes.
CompuTicket, all right.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for your time. And
Great
we do look forward
pleasure.
to seeing, the festivities and the celebration of theatre excellence in South Africa.
And I hope you'll be there.
Thank you, Dawn. I will. And now, for the first time, the South African Fashion Week Spring-Summer 2006 collection held a 5-day front-row experience at the Park at Hyde Park Corner. It's actually still on, and it has a stellar lineup of the best of South African fashion designers. The fashion festivities kicked off with the official opening party, where Jawsey's Fashion Forward did their best to outdo each other despite the weather this week. And then the official start of SA Fashion Week Spring-Summer 2016 hit off. Now, some of the designers showing off their designs were the likes of Gert Johan Coetzee, Anne-Marie Honnebal, Keys Fashion, and Rubicon, just to name a few. Take a look.
Have to stay new and ahead of times, exactly as the designers. Remember, the designers every season come up with something new collection, and so do we. We feel that it was time for us to move. It's a new venue, it's new energy, it's everything. It's really about just being new, being innovative, and being a leader in our field.
This show was inspired by eclectic African queen. I just really wanted to be inspired by the regalness that is African, the African woman, and that is why I tried to bring across the queenliness of her. I started in black, that's such a strong, powerful color with a complete contrast of the yellow, going into the nice muddy browns, so almost a rose gold, and then transitioning into bright yellow, white, and then blue. So it's just kind of beautiful colors that flows together and just picks up the trend and the lifestyle that I want to showcase. The collection was inspired by education. I really just see all these protests happening in South Africa, and Trendz has always done every collection towards a social conscience. So this year we have started a bursary program to go study fashion designing at the Northwest School of Design in Clarksville, where I studied, and that's a fashion communication bursary, which is an add-on of my normal bursary program that I've been sponsoring for the last 6 years.
It was awesome. It really was amazing. I would say Africa at its best. It had an African theme, but world class.
Trendz. I love him. He's my guy. He dresses me. He understands my body. He understands every woman's body. And I think that's what sets him apart from a lot of designers. I think a lot of designers are very creative, but they design for design. And he designs for the woman.
I think it was brilliant. There were 3 dresses that you can see that he actually took time designing, but he gave winter before he gave summer spring. That's what he did. Like, it was all black and browns and very velvet at the beginning before he gave in the colors and the florals. And yeah, that's what I thought. What did you think?
Personally, I wasn't a fan of the collection. I just felt like some of the pieces were replicated. I just wish he could have taken a bigger risk, man. I love Trendz. I think he makes beautiful dresses. There's no doubt there were beautiful dresses there, but I feel it's the same stuff in different colors.
Rubicon has stood the test of time, and we've really crossed the Rubicon. And I thought, okay, at first I wanted to put the baobab tree onto the collection, and I thought, okay, no, we come from a dry season, and very, very dry season. And I'm really looking forward to spring, summer, and to see how it's going to be different this year for 2016. And hopefully my creating this range will bring a more, blossoming type of season, because we didn't have rain for such a long time. Everybody putting effort onto the collection, cutting those pieces, stitching them, one by one onto the garment, and creating the art form and bring the garment to life, representing that Rubicon woman who's a woman who's very classic, timeless, who understands herself and who knows where she plays a very pivotal role in society.
I'm making it about me, honestly. It represents me as I am. I'm a girly girl. I love flowers. I love peach. I love pink. I love white. And as I walked around, I kept on saying, oh my word, I'd wear that. Oh my word, I'd wear that. Oh my word, I'd wear that. And I'm thinking she created this whole entire line just for me. She had me in mind, so I know girls like me would absolutely love this.
There's this perception out there that the DA is a party of the rich, and then, boom, they bring out a mayoral candidate who is very rich.
It's interesting that you can expect poor people to really be the leaders. That's when you're looking for trouble.
You cannot sit here and deny that the PAC is divided.
I can simply say to you, the PAC is not divided.
But you are in denial. There are people who are calling here.
I'm not in denial. You cannot come and say we must talk unity. Unity with who?
With the other PAC that held the conference.
No other PAC.
Here is Mudini Maiba sitting next to you.
Yes.
He says he's the Secretary General of the PAC.
Any other Dick and Tom here can claim. You cannot entertain such a person here.
We are not going to deny.
Saying he's a secretary of the PAC. It's not correct.
Watch Question Time with me, Mpho Tsedu, Monday to Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on the SABC News Channel.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz. Now, the Cape Town International Jazz Festival wrapped up this past week, boasting 5 stages with more than 40 artists performing over just 2 nights. The program was made up of a 50-50 split between South African artists and their international counterparts. Now, the festival hosts an excess of 37,000 music lovers from all over the world over 2 days. Take a look.
The seaside city of Cape Town played host to the 17th edition of the famous International Cape Town Jazz Festival over the weekend, attracting 37,000 revelers from all over the world for a 2-day event. The 5-stage festival, which is also said to be the 4th largest in the world, attracted celebrated local artists as well as respected musicians from around the world, some of them veterans who have been performing for decades. Highlights included American bassist Victor Wooten, Malian duo Amado and Mariam, and Cuban pianist Roberto Solo Fonseca, as well as a clutch of popular South African acts like Mafiku Zolo and legendary Abigail Gubega. The mix of artists from different regions and decades seemed to be part of the event's attraction, which has built a reputation for catering for a range of tastes and ages. And with more artists and more ticket sales than ever before, the 2016 edition lived up to its title of Africa's grandest gathering.
Jazz Festival's amazing. All kinds of amazing acts. Christian Tiger School. Who else? Andrew Stone. People Band. Your boy Mick Jenkins. That's a man. Jazz Fest is amazing. I love it every year, and I love it this year.
I think it's one of the biggest jazz festival that has happened in South Africa. You can go all over. You won't find something like this, so it's the best.
One of the festival's highlights featured a performance by South Africa's own iconic singer, Abigail Gubega. The Cape Town Jazz Festival has been applauded by many in South Africa for boosting Cape Town's reputation as a city for arts and culture. According to organizers, the festival is expected to contribute more than 522 million to the economy of Cape Town and the Western Cape.
And now in studio, I'm joined by 2/3 of a trio who were at Cape Town's International Jazz Festival just last week. You heard them earlier performing one of their hit songs. It's Muzard, and I have them here in studio. Welcome, guys. So very happy to have you here. But where's the other guy?
Where is he? Hi, Tazi, where you at?
No, man, he mustn't do that. Unfortunately, he just... Okay, but happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Tell us about Cape Town. What was that like? Was it your first time?
First time in Cape Town.
Right?
At the Jazz, not first time in Cape Town.
Yes, at the Jazz Festival.
Clarify that.
Yeah,
yes.
of course, yeah.
Epic.
That must have been amazing.
I think it was a turning point for our career.
Yes.
In the sense that, look, it was a great performance. I'm sure everybody enjoyed it. We had fun. But I don't know what a lot of people do after they have really epic performances. But we went back to the hotel room.
And you're like,
okay, guys, so from now on, like...
We were watching the performance again.
Again.
They gave us the footage, so we just went through.
Fantastic.
Yeah, started going through it.
Right.
Started planning and strategizing.
And obviously when you're seeing other bands, people who have, decades on decades, performing on stages, and you see them, obviously you take something of that away and say, wait a minute, this is how, because you guys are very, you're very energetic on stage, and you're playing, you're moving around, and so you guys are jamming. You're actually having more of a fun time than, a performance kind of thing. And it's just a case of everybody must just fuse with your music.
I think this one was probably different, that we actually set our minds to actually enjoying and having fun.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas I think a performance like Cape Town, you probably overthinking everything, but we're like, guys, let's just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's what the audience enjoys.
Yeah. And I think we did exactly that. So yeah, shout out to everybody who came through to Baseline and packed it out.
Fantastic.
For the first time.
Really?
It was packed out to capacity. People standing on tables on the sides.
Wow.
We're like, what's going on? I even peeked and I was like, where are all these people going? And it's like, they're coming in here. I was like, are you for real?
Right.
Yeah, it was
and
amazing.
Performing with Kulichana?
That I think a lot of people were just concerned, like, we're such two different genres.
Like, if a person just knows, Kuli and
you should answer, because you guys were playing and arranged it. So
I guess for us, because me and Tezi are his music directors.
Right.
So apart from Muzard, we do other things on the side. So Kuli is an artist that we work with. So we make his music. And last year, I think in October, we had like an Africa tour. So that's when Muzard and Kuli did a collab, but just me and Tezzy, you know.
Right.
So I think it was easy on the musical side. You know, there was no.
I just had to learn how to jump on a stage with a rapper.
Yes, and actually because the guys are more behind the musical instruments, and so it's on you actually, Rory, to be like keeping up with him, you know what I mean? Must have been absolutely great. And I mean, since 2013, look, I still have your album. Yeah. It's in my playlist in my car, right? So I am a fan. But I mean, what are you guys busy with? When is the next album coming out? What can fans expect who love your work?
A lot of people have been asking us when the album is coming out. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
It was supposed to drop last year, but because we just felt like we needed more time to work on the album.
Right.
We're still working on it currently, but I think before the end of the year.
So mid-year, like
so 2016 is the year.
Yeah. So around June,
Definitely.
July, you should be looking at. It's called Facets. Get Down, actually the one we performed is from the coming
it's
album.
a single,
So,
and it's been getting a lot of airplay since
doing
last
well.
year.
So it put a little bit of pressure. It's like, hey guys, wait,
of course, you know, because so many people come out and their first albums are brilliant. Yeah. You know, 7 hit singles and whatnot, and to follow up that kind of act is one thing you have to really work hard at. You know, so great that you are taking the time to hone your skills and the album and put everything together. That's a well-finished product.
Grown.
Yeah. Anything changed or anything will change? Any collaborations?
Somebody was asking us the other day and Vic answered it so beautifully. I think the first album we were very, very selfish. No collaborations because we really wanted people to get our sound and get who we are. Yeah. I think we're a little bit more open to collaborations now. And I think people can expect a lot from this coming. I call this the show-off album.
Right.
And the reason why we call we call it Facets because we're going to be showing different sides of ourselves that people don't even know. So we're going to be showing off. We're going to be rapping. We're going to be doing some trust. It's going to be good.
Great. Absolutely great. Can't wait for you to show off and for the rest of the nation to hear. Thank you so very much for coming to the show, guys. Fantastic. So happy to have Nisat here in studio today. And now next story, the 9th annual Top Model Professional Model Search Competition reached a stunning climax this past Friday and Saturday at the Hilton London Metropole Hotel. There were over 4,000 entries for the 2016 competition, with 170 finalists from across the UK and internationally selected to compete in 7 headline show categories. The charity for cancer called Children with Cancer UK was chosen again as the official top model and reached a record-breaking £35,000. Now, South Africa's female top model winner, Andre Pretorius, won the competition and landed this Wednesday. And of course, we caught up with her. Have a look.
The 2016 female winner of Top Model South Africa came back with a different title today of Top Model International winner status. Her name is Andre Pretorius and I'm Selepe Maifadi. And because Trendz is a liker of things, we're here to find out how it went. So let's go take a look. Andre, firstly, congratulations for winning Top Model International, and you just landed today. So tell us about it. How was the experience?
Thank you, Katlego. It was extraordinary, wonderful, amazing, so awesome. I really liked to go to London, and it was a dream of mine, and it came true. And with that, doing modeling there, wow, a passion of mine, also a dream come true. And they did it really professionally. They handled the whole show really well done, and the Cancer for UK they did, the sponsor is really for a great cause there. And the finalists I met there, really nice people. I especially like the white top finalist, Noah, you won the male category. So it was really nice getting to know them, and Jeff, the director, and everyone. Great team, great show, I loved it.
What is the difference between a pageant like Miss South Africa and Top Model SA?
Top Model South Africa is a modeling competition. It's not a pageant at all. It searches and it gives the people who enter opportunities. The people also then search for, they see new faces, see new talent, you can get scouted. Pageants is more, smile, walk, brand yourself, and modeling it's more about the clothes. You should brand yourself, go to castings, do that stuff, but it's when you walk on the runway with clothes, like at SA Fashion Week, you brand the clothes. You want to look good, but so that the buyers want to buy the clothes.
You're going to end your reign at the end of the year. So I want to know, what can we look forward to you from this year?
Well, this year I'm going to do possibly everything I can in modeling. If I get shows, book shows, because it's my passion, I really love doing it. I would love to walk London Fashion Week, and it's a possibility because I won Top Model Worldwide. So I'm looking forward to that. It's in September.
Sure.
So Jeff from London, he will let me know, and then I'll start training for that. I would also like maybe to go once to New York Fashion Week to experience like Milan, Paris, New York Fashion Week, and then definitely here in South Africa, do SA Fashion Week, Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, all the big shows. It's always nice, and yeah, it's so thrilled experience.
And I mean, as an 18-year-old, do you plan on taking it anywhere else? I mean, you're in matric now. What do you want to do? Are you going to go to school, or are you going to continue with your modeling career?
Well, I'm finishing school this year, because I'm like, it's almost half of the year, I could just as well finish.
Sure.
Next year, gap year, I want to do a gap year since grade 8, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I'll see where it goes. If it's necessary for a second gap year, I'll take it. If it goes really well, I'll focus on modeling, because you can only do modeling till a certain age.
What do you have to say to that other 18-year-old or that teenager who's out there who also wants to be a model, but they really don't know where to start?
Well, first of all, if it's your dream, go for it. It was my dream, and I went for it. And then start building a platform, a basis for yourself. I did a year modeling school at Steel Models. It really helped me. It helped me book the show that led to everything. They teach you acting, how to pose, how to walk, but any modeling agency can teach you that. And they prefer that you take a year or 6 months just to learn the basics. From then on, you build your portfolio, so you go for shoots, so that you have pictures when you go to a casting to show the designers, and if they like you, they'll take you. So yeah.
Okay, I'm so happy for you, and congratulations once again, and we wish you all the best, and thank you for speaking to us on Trendz.
Thank you, Katlego.
Thank you.
Thanks.
They are basically arresting him, continue to arrest him on behalf of the apartheid government.
We are dealing with effects. We are not dealing with the causes. And for as long as we deal with effects, we are never going to solve this problem.
What do these people need in prison? Why are they there? The PAC, as Dr. Pegu is saying, has been seeking answers, and they're not coming.
What kind of answers are you getting?
I really think I've answered that question.
I think it's a difficult question. I don't have an answer for it. How was it possible that they could operate with such impunity?
The only thing you want is closure.
The only thing we want is closure. And unfortunately, I don't really have sympathy for the idea that if you're too old, you shouldn't stand trial.
That's Rights and Recourse with Dumile Mateza, every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central African Time, only on the SABC News Channel.
I perform for life, and it's a meet and a meet. Pull a lot of day of it, and I'm meet, and I'm the quasi poverty, great, and now great, and you are called Bella Macuija. They wanna be free as you are. They wanna be free as you are. Dance all night until the song is over. Feeling lucky like a four-leaf clover, hungover, and I won't stop till I fall over. Driving back to Solasta. We swap a no we are saga. Slender, big mama. Papa Nguti Solasta.
Slides and toots. Slides and toots. Baleg. Baleg. Slides and toots.
Oh, wow, welcome back. We've just had the amazing energy of Soweto's finest here in studio with us. I'll be talking with them in just a little while. But before that, now having been quoted as being something of a national treasure in the past, acoustic guitarist Guy Buttery has released yet another album just last month. Buttery has also been internationally recognized and enjoyed invitations to play across the world for many years. His international role has surpassed merely performing at international audiences, but rather has evolved into being one of an ambassador of South Africa's music.
Celebrated South African musical virtuoso Guy Buttery returns with a brand new approach to music, seamlessly merging traditional musical genres with ambient and groove-driven psychedelia. Guy has been in the music industry for a long time.
I started playing music professionally quite a long time ago now. I think it was about 2000, 2001. I was still in school, and I was actually kind of doing concerts on the weekends, like going and touring with other bands from Durban, where I'm from, and have been kind of making records since then. My first record was 2002, and the album I've just released came out in March, and it's that is my 6th solo album. So I've been going at it for some time now, and yeah, very happy to be up here on tour and traveling around again.
His highly anticipated album release is almost 2 years in the making and sees Guy collaborating with some of the country's finest musicians.
The new record was recorded over quite a long period of time. We did it over about 2 years, and the whole session started out in a farmhouse in Zululand, in KZN, and they kind of evolved to being recorded around the world. There were parts recorded in the US and in France and in Italy. And it really is this kind of mixed bag of all the different genres that I'm into. There's all kinds of stuff in there with great guest artists, Vusi Maklasela, Dan Patlansky's on there, Derek Gripper, Shane Cooper, wonderful French musician named Piers Ficini, and a guy that I was very fond of growing up and still really enjoy his music, a guy named Will Ackerman from the US. So yeah, it's really a kind of fusing of so many different musicians and genres.
A multi-award-winning musician and a fine acoustic guitarist, Guy continues to bring his deep sense of musical understanding into his compositions. His songs are delicate, yet fierce, profoundly deliberate, yet still spontaneous and playful.
I guess the kind of music that I make is largely an amalgamation of so many different genres, which is probably a result of my kind of obsession with so many different kinds of music and listening to so many different kinds of music. And I think that infiltrates into what it is that I do. It's kind of loosely based on a lot of African music, but at the same time not at all. There's sort of Indian classical influences, there's Celtic influences, there's influence from all over the place, and a difficult one to kind of sum up because it really is this kind of strange fusion of so many different kinds of different musics.
He's one of the country's finest fingerstyle guitarists and one of our most talented musical exports. He gave some insight into his musical style.
The guitar is capable of so many different sounds, and people forget that it's essentially a large sort of wooden box which can be manipulated into a drum or into many things. And I kind of took influence from so many different guitar players and incorporated a bunch of different techniques essentially, but so they'll see me with my hand coming over to try and get a thing to sort of sustain note elsewhere and some kind of drum action, because this thing's just endless, you can never finish studying the guitar ever.
Having spent a great deal of time outdoors in the composition process, Guy allowed the environment to seep into his creations. Nature holds a big place in his heart, and the space of adventure, exploration, and freedom affected his music deeply, pushing his exploration even further.
And so you saw them a little bit earlier. As I said, we're going to talk with them. And right now, I know I am the envy of many a girl watching across Africa. I mean, talk about dance personified. The group's name is Soweto's Finest, a multi-talented dance crew. And these 5 guys are claiming to be the kings of Isipujwa, a South African street-style dance and Africa's best dance crew. But judging by their long list of accolades and stages they've set on fire over the years, one cannot deny them that title. Welcome, Thomas, to Trendz.
Thank you so much.
And welcome, guys. My goodness, your energy. I mean, any space where you are, you just take over. Tell us about how the group came together. It's been about 5 years that the group...
Actually, 11 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, even longer. But I mean, just in terms of being out there and being known and being booked for the number of things that you've done. Gosh, the past, 5, 6, 7 years have been amazing for you guys.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, I started Soweto's Finest with a guy called Dusandile Shanye, who has been managing us ever since the group started, which was in 2006. So we basically felt that instead of just dancing on the street and impressing these girls, we might as well just transform this and make it a business, And,
right.
And in 2006, we decided to start Soweto's Finest. And for, I think, 4 to 5 years, it was just simply promotional work. I think the first time I actually got paid for doing this was in 2010.
Yeah.
When we did the closing ceremony of the World Cup with Somizi Mhlongo.
Fantastic.
And I think after that, God just said, you know what?
Yeah. But of course, I mean, getting a stamp of approval from someone like Somizi, and he obviously, thinks you guys are as talented as he is, and he sees that spark and that passion for dance. Where did that passion start off with you?
I mean, with me, I think it was with seeing my mom perform at all times. With us black people, we have these things, society, go high. And my mom used to dance all the time for everyone, and I think that's why I picked it up. And I think I was just naturally born with rhythm. And after that, I think I created Soweto's Finest, and that's why we're so powerful.
Fantastic. And tell me about what has been over the years. I mean, that moment where you said, okay, we have arrived. Tell us about that moment. Which stage, which concert, which festival, where was that moment for you?
I think it was when we started headlining and touring to Paris to perform and headline our own shows instead of dancing behind artists. I think at some point we kind of got tired of that. And once we started filling up arenas in Lyon, around Europe, and I think those were the moments when I said, it's time. Yeah. And now that we're planning a one night with Soweto's Finest
tell us about that.
At the Lyric Theatre.
Tell us about the dates.
On the 15th of May.
Right.
We have Questa, we have the amazing Zano, we have Umorena, the Squire.
Oh, nice.
Soweto's Finest will be there. DJ Cleo will be there the 15th of May. The Lyric Theatre.
The Lyric Theatre.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
I hope everyone here is going to be there.
So that's fine. Thank you so very much, guys. I mean, thank you for being here. And what song are you about to perform for us now? Because not only do you guys dance, you're a multi-talented dance crew, and you're also dabbling in music.
Super Crew.
Super Crew, yes, that's the name.
I don't want to say a boy band. I think that is so overplayed.
Yes.
We're about to perform Uzele, and that's produced by DJ Cleo.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Take it away, guys. Thank you so very much for joining me here on Trendz today. And do look out for us. Our Twitter handle is @Trendz on SABC. My name is Refilo Milwa. Goodbye.
Uzele. first time ungari namasheleni titaka koma party waza esikhaleni samba nokiyo waza ma finest sesibanga umsindo wena ntombazana iza sothetha kudala ndikubona nto nje ha ndoyika uyisipithiphithi he ubhizi ubelesele uyistefe aweka my free drinks ayikho i-guest list ayikho lo yenzayo usimoshela ubumnandi ayoyo jikeleza wena ayeye shona phansi wena enhlekasele no sifuna ukwasisele khuluma baba usele siyawa ubumnandi wena uyasikhenya enhlekasele no sifuna ukwasisele khuluma baba usele siyawa ubumnandi wena uyasibora enhlekasele no sifuna ukwasisele khuluma baba usele siyawa ubumnandi wena uyasikhenya enhlekasele no sifuna ukwasisele khuluma baba usele siyawa ubumnandi wena uyasibora
Lex, albatli matata, irbatla driver, ehlisa nulaga, ifuso siyabanda, abantwana babhaya, party no stop, ayekho zo stop, ehlisa nulaga,
ifuso siyabanda, awuthengi next, ingane siyababa, awusheli muntu, iyasho le number, awuna style, ziyawa siyajiva, awenzi next, akusitshele man enhlekasele